All right, so we have your theory book. It's starting to look very fancy, isn't it? Now, previously we already talked about time signatures, and today we're going to use this booklet to add some information to this booklet. So let's start by flipping open your subdivision here. So that's ready to go. And then today we're going to explore 2, 4 times. So open up your time signature booklet so that you can see the 2 and the 4. As a reminder, the 4 is telling you which note equals a beat. And we are only going to explore time signatures with a 4 on the bottom now, so we don't need to say more about that. Today, we're going to be exploring 2/4 time, so that means we have 2 beats per measure. So let's see how that affects our booklets down here. Now, if we only have 2 beats in a measure, can we have a whole note? No, we cannot, because a whole note is 4 beats. That's too many beats for the measure. So let's fold up the whole note like so it's out of the way. Now, to serve as a reminder to ourselves, even though a time signature normally goes on the left side of the music, we are going to add a reminder over here about which time signature we are working on. So that this shows up nice and dark in the video, I'm going to use black pen, but you're of course welcome to use whatever color you want. Okay, so with everything opened up like so, on this booklet you have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. We are going to put a 2/4 in this column. 1, 2, 3 columns over, so it's right here, not this one on the end, but the one right next to it. So right in there, put a 2 and a 4 like so. Okay, now this is where the magic of this booklet comes in. Take this and fold it all the way so it's covering your other booklet. Then fold back these 2 columns here. You see how I use this finger to kind of hold it down. So now you're seeing that time signature that you just wrote down. So now it's like so. And I'm actually going to use my scissors to weigh that down, but you don't probably need to do that. And then the reason we left this strip with this bit over here is because we are going to cover up the counting we don't need. Now the counting remains the same. We're counting 1 E enda, 2 E enda, but obviously we don't need 3 E enda, 4 E enda because we only have 2 beats in the measure. So this is very similar to 4/4 or common time. We can have a half note in the measure, and then that means that measure is totally full. That would be 1 E enda, 2 E enda, and then that measure is done. We can also have 2 quarter notes in the measure. 1 E enda, 2 E enda. We can also have any combination of the things that you can flip up. So you can have eighth notes, 1 E enda, 2 E enda. And you can also have 16th notes, 1 E enda, 2 E enda. The important thing is that when you have a 2 on top, you're only ever counting to 2 in terms of the numbers that you're using. Let's put everything back the way it was in the beginning. So fold back your subdivision line. Fold back this little booklet here. And put all of this back together. So now we're back to where we started. So now we're going to explore 3/4 time. So fold back your time signature booklet. Quarter note is still a beat, but now we're only going to have 3 beats per measure, aren't we? Let's fold over your subdivision line. And then if we only have 3 beats in a measure, can we have a whole note? No, we cannot, because that's 4 beats. So let's flip that one up. And then, because it is easier to process the information this way, let's also fold up these half notes, and I'll show you how we're going to add those in just a moment. Okay, so now your book looks like mine in theory. Let's fold this all over, so now you're totally covering your other work. Again, we're going to add a time signature. I know it normally lives over here, but for our purposes, we're going to put it over here as a reminder. So not in this column, but in the one next to it, just like we did with 2/4, we're gonna put a reminder that we are in 3/4 time. Now, while we're at it, let's take your subdivision line, and if you fold it over, we only have 1 E and a 2 E and a, scooch it over so that you're covering the 4, and then you kind of have to smash a new fold into it. So you see I held it down and I went like this, and now it has a fold so that we only see 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Now here's a kind of note you may have seen before. You definitely saw it in one of my examples because Seesaw has these in it. But if we want to take up an entire measure with all 3 beats, we need a dotted half note. And I'm not going to get into explaining the dot in detail today, but I bet your teacher will do that for you. So a dotted half note looks like so. We draw a circle, so we have a note head. We put a stem on it. So far it just looks like a half note, but then we put a dot next to it. And that note equals 3 beats. So that would go 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Now, put your finger on the 3/4 here to hold that down and fold this piece back like so. If we want to see how half notes and quarter notes can fit together in a measure, we have to add some stuff to your booklet here. So let's add in this first column a half note. You know what that looks like. It's got a head and it's got a stem, and that head is not colored in. So we do that. We leave this one empty because this one gets 1 E and a, 2 E and a, and then we're going to put a quarter note here. So draw your head, color it in, and put a stem on it. That rhythm would be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. All right, hold this little piece down, fold this one back. And now we're basically going to do the reverse of that. In this first column, we're going to draw a quarter note. So draw your head, put on a stem, color it in. And then in this second column, put a half note. And if we clapped and counted that one, it'd be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. From there, your booklet just works as is. So you fold this back. If this is confusing, you can cover that up, or you can just ignore that. You could even get really fancy and tuck all this in, but that's just a lot of work. I'm not going to do that. All right, so if we're in 3/4 time, I'm going to weigh these down with my scissors again. Then quarter notes would be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. All right, so what if, let's fold this back for a moment. What if we had 1/8 notes? The idea is the same as in the other book, but we only have 3 sets of them. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Fold it back, get to your 16th notes. Same idea, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. So now you can use this booklet to sort out your rhythms and understand how different time signatures affect how you do your counting. Importantly, anytime you want to modify your time signature and you're trying to figure out your counting, sometimes it helps to cover up in your subdivision the bits you don't need. So if you're in 2/4 time, cover up the 3 and the 4. Then you know you don't have those as options. If you only have 3 beats in a measure, cover up the 4. And now you can use your booklet to sort out any tricky rhythms you have in your music class. Let's put this all back the way it was. You might have to hold things in place while you close your book now. All right, and then I'll see you next time.